The Bureau of Investigation has launched a campaign to cut down the number of young people who try to take their own lives in our state. In the past 5 years, 211 children under the age of 18 took their lives in Georgia. Since January, 18 have taken their own lives, the youngest 11 years old. The GBI says it noticed a significant jump in 2016, decided to start a grassroots campaign to help people recognize the signs of a child who may be suicidal.
We've had children as young as 7 and 9 years of age take their lives, and we want to make certain that our parents, our teachers, our community members know what they can do to prevent suicide.
Those ages might be surprising. Children as young as 7 as 9 years old. What is not as surprising, the director of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation says the common thread here among these youth is a form of depression or mental illness. For tips on how you can seek help or talk to your children about this difficult issue, go to 11alive.com.